So we're on an outing today, and yes, we've got a little bit with us. So Bailey's going to be seeing a lot of covered bridges today. Ashtabula County is actually the covered bridge capital of the world, and we're going to be seeing we're hoping at least 15 of them today. Don's driving, I'm navigating, and we'll get to our first bridge right after this. Well, before we actually get into the tour, when you get to the Ashtabula area in Ohio, there is actually a guidebook that we picked up in one of the visitor centers. It had an insert that actually unfolds, and you see it all in one picture here. On one side, it gives you the map taking you to all the different covered bridges. And when you fold it up on one side, it actually tells you where all the covered bridges are, the names, addresses, and pretty much a guided tour that follows the map. On the inside, a barn quilt tour. And the barn quilt tour takes you to actually 115 barns that have that quilt design on the side. And then on the other side here is the Greenway Trail. And it gives you the map of a 40-plus mile Greenway Trail. It's part of the Rails to Trails program, which transforms old railroad beds into recreational paths. So those are happening all over the country now, and they turn them into these very cool walking and bike paths that takes you to some pretty great places. So we use this guide in order to do the tour. So I will be following this guide as we go through the first 15 of 19 bridges through the Ashtabula County driving tour. That's it. That's it. You just passed it.
Oh, shoot. On the left. Hold on. Let me.
Is there anybody behind you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's like right there. You were passing it.
Yeah.
You got it. So you actually, we can pull over right here and then walk around it and then drive through it. So this is bridge number 1 on the covered bridge driving guide. No, the shortest one is actually near Geneva. We may have to get over to number 15 because that is the shortest. All right, so let's check this place out. All right, so this is the first covered bridge. I wish I could get a side view of it somehow. So this is the Netcher Road Bridge. The bridge spans Mill Creek and was opened to traffic in 1999. It features a timber arch with inverted hopped trusses. The neo-Victorian design structure is 110 feet long. Okay, something's not right here. It says it's 110 feet long and 2 feet wide. This is more than 2 feet wide, probably 20 feet wide, and over 110 feet long, 14 feet 6 inches high. So that's probably the clearance is 14 feet. We'd actually be able to drive the RV through this. That is cool. These are such historic structures. That is so awesome. I'm hearing the cicadas in the trees. This is the South Denmark Bridge. We're still in Jefferson County. This bridge is a clearance of 9 feet, and it was built in 1890. This town lattice bridge spans Mill Creek again, and it's an 80-foot long structure, and they built the bypass we originally drove over in 1975. So this is really just a one-way bridge. It's a lattice single-span structure. This is an old bridge. It does have a weight restriction of 4 tons.
In 400 feet, arrive at 4723 Kane Road.
So this is the Kane Road Bridge. This first Pratt Truss Bridge in Ohio was built in 1986 in honor of the county's 175th anniversary. It's a 124-foot long bridge, and it traverses the west branch of the Ashtabula River. So this is a fairly new bridge, 1986. Whoa. Somebody needs to come out and fix that.
Arrive at 5001 Graham Road on the right.
So I don't see the bridge itself yet. We actually drove around a barrier to try to find this bridge, and I'm not seeing it up there. So we might have to skip the Graham Road bridge. Yeah, because that's not the road.
The bridge is gone.
Yeah, I don't see a bridge up there, and
Oh, wait.
is that?
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
But this is the Graham Road Bridge. It was built from the remains of a bridge washed downstream in 1913. There was a huge flood at that time. The bridge now sits in a small park on the south side of the road. Oh, so it's not even connected. Okay, so the bridge used to be, you know what? I think the bridge was right here and they moved it. Wow, that's wild. All right. 8 foot 2 inches wide, 9 feet 4 inches tall. This is the Route Road Bridge. It's a 114 foot long town lattice built in 1868. It was raised 18 feet during the rehabilitation in 1982-1983. New laminated girders and a center concrete pier were also added. So they got the wood on the bottom. This is a lattice bridge. This is bridge number 5 on the bridge tour. So this is the Middle Road Bridge. It's a 136 foot long Howe Truss Bridge. It was built in 1868 over the Canoe Creek, which is a favored steelhead stream. It was rehabilitated in 1984 with the help of 7 volunteers. I don't know, I love these old bridges. And just being in this setting, you kind of feel like you got transported back in time. So this is bridge number 6 on the tour. So if you're using GPS, this one could be a bit tricky. It kind of pointed this out to be right near the main highway, and it's quite a ways back actually. So this is the State Road Bridge, number 7 on the tour. The State Road Bridge contains 97,000 feet of southern pine and oak. It was erected in 1983 across the Canoe Creek. It's 152 feet long. Town lattice was the first covered bridge designed and built by county engineer John W. Smolin Jr. This is the Creek Road Bridge, and apparently there is fishing and swimming and playing in the water. We got a family down here to my left, someone in a kayak. This one is number 8 on the tour. This is the Creek Road Covered Bridge. The construction date of this bridge is unknown, but it's 125 foot long. Its town lattice is also unknown, and it actually was built 25 feet above the Canoe Creek and was renovated back in 1994. So a lot of unknowns. So this is Manetka Covered Bridge, 138 foot long town lattice with arch bridge. It was built around 1900. It was renovated in 1985 with a laminated arch. It's 9 inches wide, 38 inches thick, and spanning the length of the entire bridge. So this is number 10 on the hit parade. So this is the Olin Bridge, O-L-I-N. The Olins have owned property next to this bridge since it was built in 1873. It's a 115 foot long town lattice structure over the Ashtabula River, and it was also renovated back in 1985. So the road and the bridge named after the people who own the property, and it's probably the houses on the other side. Okay, I wish there was smell-o-vision. This has that musty old wooden bridge smell. Oh my God, it brings back memories. I mean, truthfully, kind of smells like some of the wooden bridges at Disneyland in Frontierland. Oh my God, it's awesome, just awesome. Century Bridge, yes, it is over 100 years old. Very cool bridge. I wonder if I can get a side angle of it here. So number 11 on the tour is Smolin Gulf Bridge. This is the longest covered bridge in the United States. It's of Pratt Truss Construction. Engineering and structural design was done by John W. Smolin Jr. and architecture design was done by Timothy J. Martin, and he's the current county engineer. It was dedicated in 2008. So it's a fairly new bridge, 613 feet long and stands 93 feet above the river with a clear width of 30 feet across. It will support full legal traffic loads and has a life expectancy of over 100 years. Bridge 11 being the longest bridge in the United States, well, the longest covered bridge. In order to get to number 12, you gotta walk under it. So this is the Riverview Indian Trails Park Bridge. This bridge is 150 feet long, 14 feet wide, making it one of the larger bridges in the set, yet it carries only pedestrian traffic. It mirrors the Pratt and Arch design of its big brother. It was dedicated, however, in 2016. Provides exercise trails and a place to enjoy beautiful river scenery. So this is probably one of the newest bridges here. All right, back on the trail. This is number 13. And it's called Bliddings Bridge. This is a Pratt Truss construction. It's a 107-foot long bridge built in 1995. It crosses Mill Creek. So this is also fairly new in relation to the others. Not all the covered bridges are old construction. They did a lot of new construction, I guess because of weather. It makes sense to have covered bridges in this part of the country. But it is pretty cool on how many there are out here. So that was number 13. We're moving on to 14. So we are on number 14, closing in here. This is the Doyle Road Bridge. The Doyle Road Bridge is a lattice bridge built in 1868. Doyle spans Mill Creek, tributary of the Grand River, and this bridge was part of the renovation of 1987 with a laminated deck added. Beautiful old bridge. It has these arch beams that support it. Apparently a very popular plan, and it gives a lot of additional strength to the bridge. Very cool. Yes, this is also a covered bridge. This is the West Liberty Street Bridge. The West Liberty Street Bridge is the shortest covered bridge in the United States. It spans only 18 feet. It's supported by a single king post, and its roof is a scissor truss, which gives the bridge a light, open feeling. Timber for this bridge was harvested from county landowners, and the bridge was modularly constructed by students of Ashtabula County Joint Vocational School, now known as ATEC. So career tech education at its best. And I just saw a sign on it. It looks like it might have been built in 2010. Very cool. So in real time, we have a few more bridges to do, but we're going to go ahead and put our closer now. You'll see this at the end, obviously. But this has been a tour of the bridges in Ohio, which is very cool. So make sure that you hit that subscription button.
And hit that bell, let you know when we post every Sunday at 2.
2 thumbs up for good measure. And we'll see you on the road.
Take care, Sláinte.